Greetings everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is so good to see each and every one of you today. This is your girl again, Janae Evans, and I am back with another topic for discussion. So listen, if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe. Come on and join the family. Listen, we got some things in store for you guys that and it's a part of our restructuring of the channel. We're going to come in some different ways than what we have been doing, so stay tuned. We got some good things in store for each and every one of you. So without further delay, I want to come to you again with this topic of discussion. I put a reel out there about a topic that's prevalent, y'all, in so many areas, of our life. It going on, in so many aspects, of our culture, of our society, sis. And it's the topic of depression. Depression is something that's just going on, and just sitting, in the background. Nobody's even really addressing it. Nobody is really, paying attention. Even the people that are dealing with depression are not even really acknowledging or even trying to find out or research whether or not it's something that they're dealing with for real. But let me tell you something. Depression is real. Can I be honest with you? Depression is real, and even if you're not dealing with like a clinical type depression where you taking medications and you got this thing that you've been dealing with, and it's pretty much affecting your everyday life. I mean, like a mental situation going on with depression where you got to be under a doctor's care concerning it. Everybody ain't at that level of depression, but since if you dealing with just overwhelming feelings of sadness and just a loss of energy or just a loss of zeal or excitement about anything, if you just sitting up for prolonged periods of time, just not wanting to be bothered with anything or anybody, darkness, literal darkness. You see, I'm in the light right now, but if you just always like sitting in darkness and just sitting, by yourself, or it's this dark place, and this overwhelming feeling of just like a loss of energy, a loss of just a loss of excitement about anything. If you dealing with this is for long periods of time, you might be dealing with depression. Okay, and this is something that we just can't take lightly, because if it's left unchecked, then it can grow and mature into something that you got to be seen by a doctor to manage and control, because it then got so out of hand. You got to be taking medications and things to deal with. Now I'm not talking about like that's a bad thing, but and there are some people who are dealing with cases where they are literally under a doctor's care, because depression is like it's a mental battle that they're dealing with. But then, like I say, there are some mild cases where you just have these moments in time where you just don't want to be bothered, and you just closing yourself off, and you just dealing with these feelings of sadness and just a loss of interest in anything. Then sis, that's a form of depression. That is depression. Okay, and this is something that we just don't need to take lightly, because y'all, a depression is a mood that can become overwhelming, and then if it get to the point where it's so overwhelming, it can end up engulfing and overtaking you to a point where you can no longer control it, till you can no longer bring yourself out you're out of that dark place yourself. You actually got to have, medications to lift you out of there. You got to have, all kinds of, different, whatever treatments that are used to, to help lift you up out of depression. So I just want to talk to us today about, about this issue of depression, and in our society today, in our world today, sis, this level of uncertainty that's going on around us, it ain't no wonder, why people are sitting around dealing, and having to, just face the facts, of the uncertainty, and it's causing people to withdraw, and it's causing people to just go back, and just step away and just get in these little modes of seclusion and in these little withdrawal moments. And of course, a lot of it is sparked by our environment and things that's going on around us. But listen, let me tell you this. If this is something that you are encountering, you may have already been able to call it. You just depressed about this. You just depressed about this, and you are absolutely aware of what it is you're dealing with. Sis, let me just encourage you to not go through this thing alone. Don't sit there and just be harboring and allowing these, emotions and these feelings to just sit there unchecked, and you are sitting, in this depression and leaving it unchecked. You're not dealing with it. I want to reach out to you, and I want to tell you to first of all, have enough love, have enough concern for yourself and your well-being. Listen, and even for the people around you that you got to care for. Have enough love and concern for that fact, just by itself, to want to come out of there. Somebody say it's easier said than done. If you just sitting in this little, if you just sitting in depression, and it's kind of difficult to come out of it. But first of all, if you aware of what it is you're dealing with, because like I said, a lot of us have dealt with depression at some point in time. And if you're aware of what it is, that means you have the wherewithal to be able to, go and seek help. I'm encouraging you not to just sit there and deal with depression and just deal with it and just let it consume you to the point where you become disabled by it. Don't sit in that, and when there are resources available to you. First of all, I want to encourage you to go to the people in your life. Since it's people in your life, you already know you got people in your life that care about you, that love you. First of all, go there. Go there to the people, that are in your life, that show you that the love and care and concern that you deserve anyway. Start there, because it could be just that smile, just that hug, maybe what you need to pull you up out of that dark place. And then, to take it a little bit further, let me tell you something. Don't be ashamed to go see a therapist. Let me tell you something. Of course, y'all know that, religion is my background. Christianity is my background. And when, in Christianity and with religion, seeing a therapist is frowned upon. Okay, you shouldn't, because you so, supposed to be so, saved and, so, rooted and grounded in, in the foundation of Christianity and all of this, stuff that religion just, want you to believe that, if you have to go seek help, then you just were never a Christian at all. Sis, shut that mess down. Let me tell you something. I'm here to debunk it today. I don't care who you are, whether you are a believer in God or whether you don't, whoever you are, whether you believe in God or not. If the resource is available, sis, it's available because God made it available. Do you hear me? Whatever you got to do to keep the enemy from sucking the life out of you, because that's his ultimate goal, to kill, steal, and destroy. ultimate goal, to get us clean up out of here. But what we don't want to do is give him that leverage over us. Listen, there's a scripture in the Bible that say that my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. God talking about his people, those that belong to him, those that know him. And even those that don't know him, listen, I'm telling you, you can literally be destroyed for ignorance. There are resources available to help you come out of that dark hole of depression. Whether it's something clinical that you're dealing with where you got to be under a doctor's care for it, do it. If it's something that you need to talk out, because it be so all kind of feelings and emotions that can drive us into that place of darkness. Sis, whatever you gotta do to live, to go to be able to see the next day, you do it. Because depression, it's common, and it's occurring more frequently. Listen, even in our children. Sis, check your children. My goodness, sis, these children are even dealing, with depression, and they sit up, and if you go check on your children, closed up in the rooms for all them hours and hours and hours. Go check on your children. Because it's some things that they deal with, honey. The stuff that these children have to deal with in this time now, in their time, honey, we have to deal with this kind of stuff that these children have to deal with. Now go check on even your children, and make sure that depression is not trying to suck the life out of them, or not even trying to tell them, listen, to go do something about your sad life. Oh my goodness. Listen, again, I can't keep stressing it enough. It's the plan of the enemy, the devil himself, that wants to make sure that you don't live a productive, a prosperous, a fulfilled life. But you can. And I'll post in the description some resources that you can utilize, on federal levels, on state levels. I'll post in the description down some resources, where you can go to, to seek help for those whatever level of depression you're on. Also, so let me tell you something. Check your insurance. We don't sit up there and just keep paying these premiums every doggone month, and for nothing. Since it's resources even available through your insurance that will pay for, sessions with a therapist. Nevertheless, whatever it is you got to do, don't be defeated by depression. Don't let these things in our life, take us down these dark holes and down these downward spirals, because of things we can't control. Sis, life gonna happen. The world gonna keep shifting and changing, but that ain't got nothing to do with the purpose, and the reason as to why God keep allowing you to wake up every morning. You have a purpose, and I'm here to challenge you to not let depression rob that purpose from you. You can be free. Use the resources available to you to seek the help you need. Don't be ashamed, to go seek help. I don't care what society, I don't care what religion say, I don't care what the stigma is. Sis, when you're going through something in your mind, honey, it gonna take you, your foe, and some more to help pull you up out of that. Whatever you gotta do to live, do that and live. Be free from depression. Because you got something that you need to do in the earth, and it can't be done unless it's done through you. So listen, it was so good to sit with each and every one of you guys again. As you see, I'm back in the shop, but I had to come and talk to you guys, about this thing of depression, because we see it so often, even with clients coming in and out the shop. Honey, it's a whole deal. But I want you to know that you're not in it by yourself, and there's people praying for you, and there's people that love you, that want to see you be who God created for you to be. So listen, until we meet again, I wish you more love, I wish you more light, wish you more grace and more peace. Listen here, don't you let nobody take your peace here. Bye.